Hi everyone. So I wrote something, I wanted to share it with you. It may be a little long, just so you know, but it is called "Do You Know Who You Are, Sis?" And the main scripture that is kind of based off of is Proverbs 31:10. So let's get started. Do you know who you are, sis? Let's start right there with that question, because sometimes we lose sight of our worth and our value. And it's not because we didn't have it, but because we were surrounded by people who didn't know theirs. When people don't know their worth, they pass down brokenness like family recipes. Only there's no actual recipe, just guesses, just survival. Imagine someone giving you a recipe from someone else who never wrote it down. They just played it by ear. Like how folks say, season it until the ancestors say stop. Now imagine you're trying to follow that, but you've never tasted the dish the right way. That's what life can be like. Growing up in homes with people who were mistreated, who were never healed, and now don't know how to treat us. So the curse gets passed down instead of brokenness. Oh, instead of broken, sorry. So the curse gets passed down instead of broken. And now we walk around not knowing we're valuable because the people who were supposed to protect us neglected us instead. But let me remind you of something. God doesn't make mistakes. Psalms 18:30 says, "As for God, his way is perfect. The way of the Lord is flawless. He is a shield for all who take refuge in him." So if you're going through something, if you've been hurt, dismissed, overlooked, let this be your reminder. God is your refuge. He hasn't forgotten about you. I know people say things like, "I was born into the wrong family." But sis, no, you weren't. You were born into that family on purpose. God placed you there because he knew you'd be the one to bring them out. He made you the deliverer. If your family didn't need you, there wouldn't have been a reason to send you. You're the one with the vision. You're the one who sees more. You're the one who knows better. Why? Because God chose you. He gave you wisdom, discernment, and strength. Not so you could fit in, but so that you could break generational curses. That's why you're the black sheep. That's why you feel everything so deeply. That's why they mock you, but secretly watch you. Because they don't even know it yet, but you're the Moses of the family. You're the Esther, the Deborah, the David. Let's talk about Moses for a second. He wasn't supposed to be alive. Pharaoh ordered all the Hebrew boys to be killed, but God set Moses apart, hid him in a basket, floated him right into Pharaoh's house, and let him be raised by the very system that was meant to destroy him. God will do that. He'll preserve you in the enemy's territory because he has a greater assignment. And when the time comes, he'll send you right back, not as a victim, but as a liberator. And if you still have doubt, Psalms 139 verse 14 says, "I will praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." And may I add, tightly knit too. You were crafted with intention, created in the image of God, not a knockoff, not an afterthought, a divine original. But people won't always celebrate you. In fact, some won't want you to know who you are because they're afraid you'll rise above them. They're comfortable as long as you're sitting still. But when you start walking in your worth, start building something, start speaking up, and now they're concerned. Let them be uncomfortable. You weren't created to blend in. You were called to break out. I remember someone once told me, employed people can't hang around unemployed people. At the time, I brushed it off, but later I saw the truth in it. Back then, I would call off just to hang out. I had responsibilities, bills to pay, but I was trying to match the mindset of the people who had none. And that's a danger. Being around people who don't know their value will make you forget yours. But the word already told you. You are more precious than rubies. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You were created in God's image. God's ways are perfect. So know, sis, you're not a mistake. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You were chosen, you're anointed, and you're dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. So I'll ask you one more time, do you know who you are, sis? Because he does. Thank you so much. I hope this has encouraged you. And yeah, until next time.